welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Shelly. And if you've already been here, as always, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel by clicking on this video, and welcome back. Now this is part 2 in the 3-part series. If you haven't already, be sure to check out parts 1 and stick around for part 3. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to achieve this eyeshadow look. I wouldn't say that this is technically beginner friendly, but I do show you guys some of my beginner friendly tips to achieve this eyeshadow look. And just keep in mind, practice makes progress. You're not gonna perfect it the first time around, but if you stay the course, you will get it, okay? And this is uploaded on YouTube, so watch as many times as you want. Like I said, I will be showing you guys how to achieve this eyeshadow look. I'm obsessed with it. It's beautiful. It's perfect for wedding, prom, homecoming. I know all of that is coming up right now, so like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Without further ado, class is in session, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so now it is time for part 2. That's 2 of this 3-part series that I'm doing on my channel. This part is eyeshadow and how to apply eyelashes. I've already completed my base. If you haven't seen that video already, I do recommend that you watch that first and then watch this one, but to each their own. For eyeshadow, the best way to get the best color payoff with your eyeshadow is to use an eyeshadow primer. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. This is the only eye primer that I use if I'm not using a concealer. If you don't have this, just use a concealer. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit to the back of my hand. Literally a little, goes a long way. And I'm gonna take this Real Techniques brush and apply the primer to my lid. And I'm gonna bring it up a little bit into my crease area. Okay, so I brought you guys in a little bit closer so that you can really get a good look at what it is that I'm doing. After I've applied the primer, I'm gonna start with eyeshadow. The eyeshadow palette that I'm using is the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place. The color story in this palette is more so like neutrals, and there's a little bit of orange in there, but basically fall tones. I feel like this was fitting for the season. I'm gonna start in this shade here. It's a brown that's very close to my skin tone. I'm gonna use this in the crease. You do not have to be precise with this. So I'm gonna start by placing the color. Instead of blending, I'm not gonna do any swiping. I'm just placing the color down first. And you can bring that up to your brow area and back down to the outer part of your eye. I feel like it's not close enough, so let's bring you guys in. Okay. Also, looking down into a mirror, I have my mirror here, but looking down into a mirror really does help to be able to see your full eye area. Just continue building up with this color to your liking. Everyone's preference is different. So now we're gonna go in this dark brown shade here. It has a little bit of a red undertone. It is called Kufuru, and I'm going to take that into the crease. Doing the same thing, just patting it in. And then you can bring that up to the head of the brow. What this does is it helps to create a larger eye. This goes for any eye shape. So even if you have hooded eyes, bring your eyeshadow, or try bringing your eyeshadow up to the head of your brow. Continue packing that color on to your eye. And then softly bring it down to the nose contour a little bit. So as you can see the difference. And I'm just gonna build it up a little bit more. I'm going to take a little bit more of the eyeshadow primer that I had left over on my hand, and I'm just going to stipple that on the brush, and then I'm going to go onto the lid and I'm going to apply it there. This is going to help make the eyeshadow or the lid color that I'm applying appear more opaque. So don't be afraid to go back in with the eye primer or the eyeshadow primer. Now with the primer down, we can go back into the eyeshadow palette, and we're going to use this shade here. It's called Zaz. It's like a white or bone color. And I'm going to take and apply that to my lid. And again, just pack it on. That way you get the best color payoff. Looking down into a mirror really does help with placement. So you'll notice you'll probably get the best eyeshadow looks when you use a handheld mirror. With this same shade, you're gonna bring that into your inner corner. All right, now go back to your blending brush and just soften around where you applied that white shade. Now we're gonna go along the top lash line. I know I have on lash extensions, but they're a little strag right now, so I'm gonna apply false lashes. So what you want to do is take a brown liner. I'm using the Makeup by Mario brown liner in the shade The Perfect Brown. It's the Master Pigment Pro Pencil. Just go along my lash line. And I'm not gonna bring it all the way out, just bringing it more so in. So I'm pretty much gonna do on bottom what I did on top, except I'm going to use this small shader brush for precision. So I'm gonna go back into that dark brown, which is the shade Kufuro. And I'm just gonna dust that along my lower lash line. And you're going to build this up as much as you would like, up to your liking. I think that's pretty good for me, but feel free to keep going if you want more of a dark under eye look. I'm gonna go into this shade here. It's sort of like a maroon color, and it's in the shade Jamada. And I'm gonna use that to smoke out underneath my eye as well. And since I added this to the bottom, I'm also going to add it to the top. So I'm going to take that right there. Very small amount. Alright, so I'm going to go into my waterline with this nude pencil. This is a cream gel liner by ColourPop in the shade Honeydew. And I'm just going to put that in my waterline. I'm gonna go on top of that liner and set it with the white eyeshadow from the same palette. We are using one palette for this look. I don't know if I told you guys that already. And now we're going to apply mascara. I'm just using Kush Mascara by Milk. And that is it for the eyeshadow. So now we can move on to lashes. We are going to apply these lashes. They are by Luxe Lashes, and this is in the style The Influencer. So these are in the style The Influencer. I know I've showed you guys before how to apply lashes, but let's get up close and personal with this. So first, size the lash. We want to make sure that it's going to fit comfortably. First, just apply it, or just place it, and you'll see if it's gonna sit comfortably on your eye. And if so, then we can go ahead and cut the excess lash off. When you're cutting the lash, cut from the part that sits at the outer part of your eye. Don't cut from the part that sits at the head of your eye. So I'm just gonna cut off, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna cut off this piece here. And we still have a full lash. So what I like to do is apply the lash glue, and the lash adhesive that I use is Kiss lash adhesive, and it has this little applicator, and then I just apply it along my lash line. This makes it so much easier. And of course, the glue is getting in my extensions. Then you're gonna take the lash that you're applying and you're gonna place it directly where you applied the glue. And if you want more of a flare at the end, you're just gonna bring the lash out a little bit more towards the outer part of your eye. Okay, so that completes the eyeshadow portion plus how to apply lashes. All of my lashes do come with lash brushes or spoolies. So all you would need to do, and I'm just going to use the end of this brow pencil, is just brush through your natural lashes with the falsies and push them together. And if you're feeling a little more risky, you can take a black pencil liner, and line the inner part of your eye so that it'll really help to close off the eye, so that you really cannot see the difference between the lash band and your natural lashes. Just be sure to press them together. You really don't want any gaps between your lid space and your lash line. All right, you guys, so that is it for part 2 of the series, where I show you guys this eyeshadow look and how I apply my eyelashes. Now, this eyeshadow is not something that I would do every single day. However, for those of you trying to perfect your eyeshadow game, this is for you. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me in today's video. Keep in mind, this is part 2 of the series, so if you have not seen part 1, be sure to check that out. Part 3 is coming, so stay on the lookout for that. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and thank you guys so much for all of your support on my channel. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye! Girl.